those involved in this illegal mining, they use choppers. They procure arms exactly the same way as our military were doing in the South. They give them arms. They use choppers to come and cut away the gold. And they take them out of this country and make billions of US dollars. And the federal government is not doing what it should be doing. I took this letter to the former president when I was national chairman of APC. And I said, call the general to give you more brief. In fact, what is happening, or what subsequently happened in that part of the country, was exactly what the general told me was going to happen. Because these guys have been weaponized by the illegal big men who deploy them, secure territories, and the weapon is meant to protect the Chinese and other foreigners who they actually employ to carry out the mining. And on occasion, they use the same weapon to carry out banditry, kidnapping, and all of the terrible things that are going on. Chief of Committee Chairman of Defense Staff, tell the defense I said so. That some retired military officers, army officers are involved in it. The day we can't tell the truth, this country cannot flourish. We can't change our, when it affects our people, we are at our best. We talk strong. Some other people appear to be above the law. That is what is going on with solid mineral. It is not that we don't know where it is. We have a whole survey of where we have what across the length and breadth of Nigeria. We also know, everybody complaining about certain people from certain nationalities. How they got here, even as we are talking now, they are doing those illegal mining. And those guys are getting richer when Nigeria State is getting poorer. But we carry the consequences of banditry, kidnapping, and that which these on illegal armed men, which they equip. Sir, who can afford to buy a chopper to land in an illegal mining site, cut away gold, return to Senator, and then on the way to airport, bam, take them out of the country? This is happening. So I agree with you, but my position is that we shouldn't, as senators, be lamenting. As senators, we should fix the problem. We should tell the executive, you must deploy exactly the same force that you deploy against illegal oil bunkering. That same force should be deployed to deal with criminals who are money. When I say criminal, it can be a retired general, it can be a retired permanent secretary, it can be a retired trade unionist or a retired labor leader. Whoever is involved, they should be dealt with. Let Nigeria see that we are not condoning this. We are not lamenting what is going on. When you have a country of people who are above the law because they are supposed to have served the country, they have retired, and now...
23 report by British newspaper The Times alleged that Chinese nationals in Nigeria's mining sector are funding terrorist groups to secure access to the country's mineral reserves. The exclusive investigation, which has resurfaced online, suggests that through bribes and illegal transactions, Beijing could be indirectly funding terror in Nigeria. Well, according to research from SBM Intelligence, a Lagos-based analytical group, Chinese companies operating in conflict zones have been striking security deals with insurgents. The report revealed videos of militant leaders boasting that Chinese workers must pay them rent to operate in their territories, particularly in Zamfara and other northwestern states. Some Chinese nationals working informally as miners serve as runners for militant groups and control gold mining operations across remote areas. The report noted that Chinese contractors often smuggle minerals out illegally, with several arrests recorded, including 27 miners in Osun State in 2020 and a Chinese citizen jailed for 5 years in October for processing 25 tons of lithium-containing minerals. Well, this investigative report adds another complex international dimension to Nigeria's security crisis. The report highlights the menace of resource exploitation, raising questions about which foreign actors are truly destabilizing Nigeria and why.
To cut off the head of the big wigs, we're not going anywhere. So let us be very honest about this.
We don't have leaders that think of the interest of Nigeria.
Just
Pure
interest of
and
the few.
simple.
The Chinese
it's just
have
the interest of their own
complicity.
pockets.
They do.
They cannot
At this point, when you see
what's
reports,
killing Nigeria.
come to our nation without complicity by people on ground.
On ground.
So who are the
That's
ones on
just
ground that are
it. We
working
don't
with
have
them?
leaders that love our country.
When you see
Today we have
reports,
Nigeria
when you
move
see
forward.
reports like this is what it is. It's evidence that these are the issues. But at the end of the day, we must tackle insecurity. We must tackle the people that are killing Nigerians. Before we take
The conversation in Nigeria has taken a new turn after Senator Adams Oshiomhole made a very bold and troubling set of allegations about the insecurity crisis and the illegal mining activities happening across the country. His claims shocked many Nigerians, not only because he pointed fingers at foreign actors like China, but also because he said some high-ranking security officials inside Nigeria may be helping these foreign groups operate freely. Whether one believes him or not, the gist has captured national attention because it touches on issues many Nigerians have been complaining about for years. Senator Oshiomhole's message was simple but heavy. He said illegal foreign mining companies are not just entering Nigeria quietly, they are allegedly being protected by some powerful individuals here at home. He suggested that some senior army officers and security personnel may be working hand in hand with these groups, allowing them to exploit mineral-rich communities while ordinary Nigerians suffer insecurity, poverty, and displacement. It is the kind of claim that makes you stop and think, because if even part of it is true, it reveals something very deep and very dangerous about the structure of our security system. He went further and said that some of these foreign groups benefit from unrest. When communities are unsafe, local residents run away, government attention shifts, and illegal miners are able to operate more freely without interference. According to him, this chaos creates a perfect cover for those removing Nigeria's resources illegally. And in his view, China is one of the major foreign players involved in these suspicious activities. Again, these are his allegations, not confirmed facts, but they carry weight because they came from someone who has held high political positions in this country. Now this is where the gist becomes even more interesting. At the same time, Oshiomhole is accusing China of exploiting Nigeria's resources and quietly fueling crisis around mining sites. China is also engaging in international commentary, this time responding strongly to former U.S. President Donald Trump for speaking about the violence happening in Nigeria. Trump had raised concerns about the ongoing attacks that affect many Christian communities, urging global attention. China responded by criticizing his statement, saying the U.S. should not interfere in Nigeria's internal matters. So on one side, you have a Nigerian senator accusing China of wrongdoing inside Nigeria. On the other side, you have China defending Nigeria publicly on the world stage. This creates a contradiction that has left many Nigerians wondering what is really happening behind the scenes. Why is China so vocal internationally, but at the same time being accused of activities inside our borders? Why is the US speaking up? Why is China responding? And how does Nigeria find itself in the middle of this global political triangle? What makes Oshiomhole's claims even more disturbing is the involvement of alleged internal collaborators. When he said top army generals and military personnel may be helping illegal mining groups, many Nigerians felt a deep pain. Because once you hear that people who should be protecting the country are allegedly helping outsiders remove resources, it shows a level of betrayal that is difficult to accept. These are still allegations, but the emotional reaction from the public shows how fragile trust has become between Nigerians and some institutions. People living in mineral-rich regions. States like Zamfara, Niger, Kaduna, Plateau have been complaining for years that strange foreigners enter their communities with heavy equipment, operate during odd hours, and live with minerals. Some villagers say they have seen armed escorts guarding foreigners around mining sites. Others claim they have seen vehicles that look like official convoys entering deep forests where illegal mining is believed to take place. Whether every report is accurate or not, these local stories align with Oshiomhole's bigger allegation: insecurity in these regions may not be random. It may serve someone's interest. The story becomes even deeper when you look at how insecurity and natural resources often connect. In many countries rich in minerals, conflict levels are higher. When there is chaos, nobody monitors the land. Nobody checks what is being taken. Nobody asks questions. And when you add the possibility of insiders helping outsiders, it becomes even harder to control. That is why this gist is everywhere. Nigerians are tired of seeing their land suffer while others benefit. They are tired of hearing about illegal mining while their roads remain bad, their schools lack resources, and their communities face attacks. They are tired of hearing that foreigners are walking into forests with machines while citizens are running away from their own homes. The timing of China's response to Donald Trump makes the story even more dramatic. While Oshiomhole is accusing foreign groups, China is accusing America of interfering. And America is saying they are speaking up because lives are being lost in Nigeria. It now looks like a global political game, but at the center of it are ordinary Nigerians who want nothing more than safety and justice. When you combine these three things, Oshiomhole's claims, China's reaction, and the insecurity on the ground, the image becomes clear: Nigeria's crisis is no longer only Nigeria's problem. It has become a conversation between global powers. And that raises one important question: who really benefits from Nigeria's instability? If illegal mining is happening, someone is buying the minerals. Someone is transporting them. Someone is protecting the routes. Someone is profiting. And if some insiders are truly helping these foreign groups, then the insecurity problem becomes harder to solve because it is not only an external issue, it becomes internal too. Many Nigerians also feel confused because they hear different messages from different leaders. Some say foreign nations only want to help. Some say foreign nations want to exploit. Some say insecurity is just a local problem. Others say it is tied to global interest. And when citizens hear so many conflicting views, they lose trust. That is the emotional core of this gist. Nigerians feel unprotected, unheard, and left out while powerful groups, inside and outside, make decisions affecting their land. At the same time, we must be careful. These are serious allegations that should be investigated and verified. We cannot take everything as fact. But we also cannot ignore the voices of people who live in these areas and say they have seen things that do not make sense. Somewhere between the accusations and the reality lies the truth, and Nigeria owes it to itself to find that truth. Nigeria has valuable mineral deposits. If managed well, these minerals can transform the nation. They can build schools, hospitals, roads, industries. But if mismanaged, if stolen, if hidden, they only bring more poverty and more conflict. What Nigerians want is not too much: transparency, accountability, and peace. They want leaders who protect the land, not foreign companies who extract it. They want a military that fights for the people, not one accused of helping outsiders. They want foreign nations to respect Nigeria's sovereignty, not benefit from its instability. And they want an end to the insecurity that has taken thousands of lives and displaced millions. Now let me ask you important questions as we end this part of the gist. Do you think illegal mining is connected to the insecurity in Nigeria? Do you believe foreign countries have influence inside our forest and mining areas? Do you think Oshiomhole's claims are partly true, fully true, or politically motivated? And what do you think Nigeria should do differently to protect its resources? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section, but please use calm and respectful language.